Happy Thursday. It's been a long day. Yesterday I had my wellness day. Today was very productive. As productive as I could be. I just got some work done at a co-working space, and I'm still sitting in the parking lot of that space. But turn this Bluetooth off.
She's disconnected.
Okay, maybe you can hear me now. So I decided to just go live and see what's going on. Checking in real quick. This one won't be that long because I have to drive to the store, and then I'm going to my speaking club tonight. I decided. Hi, Noodle Man. Noodle Man, you're always first, and I love that. How you doing? Happy Thursday. Hey, Shari. Okay, that sounds good. Have a good day. Good luck with your search. I need to go to the store and get some eye drop stuff. Because my eyes are dry. I left my eye drops at the house. Armani, what? How many people have told you you're harder than your phone? That's good. You're the first one to tell me that. But that's crazy. My phone really did get hot yesterday, and when that happens, when my phone says temperature like that, I know that the live ended. I was like, oopsie. Whoopsie. This car gets so hot. I think it's because the seats are black. How's everybody doing today? I'm just checking in to see what's up and yeah. Welcome in, y'all. Thanks for liking the video. I'm Soulspiration. I'm your online life coach, advice giver, perspective curator. Welcome to the Soul Tribe. Check out my video content to see what types of gems I be dropping for you. And if this is your cup of tea, if this channel is your cup of tea, then subscribe, join the Soul Tribe, and I will see y'all in my next edited video. But I go live every day, almost every day, and I try to do a video weekly upload on different topics to help empower you and be your authentic self. So check it out. Check it out. Don't sweat the technique. Check it out. Do you watch podcasts? I do watch some. I like Steve Howe, I think his name is. Is it Lewis Howe? Lewis Howe. I watch Mel Robbins and Oprah. So yeah, I do watch a couple. Those are like the big three. Hi Ben. Thanks, Illuminati. I thought, hey, the sun's out. I might as well put a dress on. I love Lewis Howe. I listen to the Happiness Lab. I haven't heard about Happiness Lab. I'll have to give it a try. Will you marry me, Kanta? Thanks for that question. Hello. I love your dress. Where did you get it from? Actually, my mom got this for me on my birthday. For my birthday. I don't know where she got it from. I have this in blue and I have it in black. That's how she got it for me. Is that your birthstone? Oh, this. Actually, this is not my birthstone, but it's kind of similar to the color. The color is because my birthday is in August, which is peridot, and peridot is green, so it's kind of like my birthstone. Good observation, Noodle Man. Hi, Surya. Thank you. I appreciate that. After yesterday was really nice for me. I think I'm going to start doing more wellness days, at least once a week. It's important that we take care of ourselves, guys and gals. And nothing is more important than your well being. So please carve out at least, if you can't do a whole day, at least carve out like a couple of hours for yourself, doing something you care about. I know we hear that a lot, but it's so important. It's so, so important. Alvar, hi Kizzy from Senegal. For the new folks that just came in, because I saw an influx of new folks, I'm Soulspiration. I'm your online life coach and advice giver, life giver. Check out my content to check if this channel is your cup of tea. And hopefully you join the Soul Tribe, where we step out of the matrix and into our divinity, honey. Let's go for a walk. Do you like adrenaline? Do I like adrenaline? Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for thumbing up the video as you guys and girls come in. Appreciate that. So yesterday I was talking about being true to yourself, and today, yeah, it's about wellness. I had another video about wellness, but I just want to make sure that everybody is not prioritizing things that are not going to sustain them. So if you have a job, that's great, but don't let that job run you ragged. Do not feel like I just have to finish this. Like, no, you don't. You do not. I promise you, you don't. You can like your job, you can like what you do, but do not run yourself ragged for any job. I don't care. I don't care, honestly. Like, I don't care about a job so much to the point where my mental health is going to decline because of it. Those days are over. You know what helped me get there? Hi, tips for you. Thank you. You like my dress? I appreciate that. You know what helped me get here? It was not having a job for a long time. And so you're like, well, what did you do, Sadika, for that time? Well, I did a couple of things. I detoxed, I relaxed, I grieved because I left a terrible team. And then I started a business. But even as a business owner, you still have to balance your time and you have to prioritize your health. But I know one thing, I will never, ever, ever give my last drop of energy to a company ever again. Ever. 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 Okay? So if you got a job, praise God for that job. But if either way, just do just enough. Do just enough. Because, and let me tell you why. I'm not being an a-hole. I'm telling you this for a reason. Do just enough to keep the job, but do not burn yourself out. Do not try to prove yourself. Because management, there's no guarantee you're going to get promoted. There's no guarantee you're going to get converted full time. There's no guarantee in any of that. All you can guarantee is that you show up, you do what you're asked, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Because companies really just see us as a number. I hate to be frank like that, but we're just a number to companies. And if something happens to you, you get replaced in a jiffy. So do not give these companies your last bit of your energy. You are too special for that. Hey guys, welcome in. Thank you for thumbing up the video. If you're here, I like to see those thumbs up, 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 up. We're talking about wellness for the new folks. Wellness, wellness, wellness. Take care of yourself first and foremost. Take care of yourself. Prioritize your health, your mental, your physical health. Because if you don't have that, you can't sustain anything else. Hi Liv, thank you. Let me know in the chat what you guys think about what I'm saying, because I've had a long time to think about that last job I had versus the time I've had off and then starting a business, because I gave that job my everything. Thought of so many amazing ideas, gave them this, gave them that, stayed super late just to get dogged. Just to get dogged. So I'm not salty, I'm just wiser. That's it. That's all. I learned that lesson last year, Armani. I learned that lesson last year because I left this job. When did I leave that job? Late 2023 is when I left that job. And then I had 2024 off, really. I had 2024 off. I went to Colombia. Check out my Colombia vlogs in my video section if you haven't. And then the job market was so bad that truthfully, I couldn't find a job. And then I was like, okay, well, something's got to give. What am I going to do? So I started a business. And in that time, I've had a lot of time to think about what I did wrong and then with the other company, what I realized about corporations. Biggest takeaway. Hi, Lil D. I'm good. How are you? The biggest takeaway, I will say, as far as what I learned about myself, which kind of goes with the theme I was giving you guys yesterday about not having anything to prove to anybody, was that I was on a team full of people that, not all of them, but a lot of them, you know, when I had a good idea, it felt like I was being chastised or being treated very poorly for like saying, hey, how about we do this? And because they were doing that, I felt like I had to keep proving myself, like, oh, I'll show you, you know, I'll show you. But then I realized they're not doing it because I'm stupid. They're doing it because because that's just how they are. And so I kept trying to prove my value on that team, and I'm just like, I could probably run circles around you guys. Have you ever felt that way? Like, you know what you're good at, what you do, and people are always trying to like undermine you, and you're like, look, I could run circles around you. And I know you guys have felt that way before, but the people around you are not supporting. They're more so trying to knock you off your footing for whatever reasons. Whether they're intimidated, whether they're just concerned you're going to come for their job, whatever. Um, but I kept trying to prove something, and I walked away thinking I'm never going to try to prove anything to anybody ever again, because all it's going to do is intimidate them anyway. There's strategic ways to move up the corporate ladder, but it's not by working really hard, and it's not by coming up with all these amazing ideas. Truth be told, that is not the way to get promoted at work. It's crazy. It's not the way. And I had to bump my head 2 times, 2 major times, to realize that. Because the smarter you are, the more intimidating you are in the corporate workplace. So you almost have to just play it very safe. But that's corporate for you. What plans do you have for today? I just left a co-working space. And now I'm here. I'm actually going to run to Target, which is not too far from here, because I need some eye drops. My eyes are dry. I was looking at my computer screen all day, so I'm like, I need eye drops. And then after that, I'm going to go to my speaking club at 6:30. So that's in about an hour or so. I should probably start driving. Hi, Warrior. I'm good. How are you? Dance tonight. We are not going to dance tonight, but I do like to dance. So anyway, I wish you guys would ask me or respond to what I'm saying instead of like changing the topic. Sometimes it gets a little. I'm gonna stop reading them because like I like chit chatting and stuff, but I need the lives to start becoming about what I'm talking about, if that makes sense. Right? Like I want the lives to be helpful and informational to people and fun at the same time. But don't think that if I'm ignoring you, it's because it's got nothing to do with what I'm saying. So I'm just turning a new leaf a little bit. I need to kind of just like direct the conversation because it's all over the place in there. Unless you're contributing by like saying, "Oh, that's happened to me too. How do I do this? How do I do that? Blah 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 blah," or whatever, whatever. So just putting that out there. No shade. So how do you move up in the corporate world? So Uncle Wayne is asking, how do you move up in the corporate world? Here's what I will say. You have to be in good with your manager's manager. You have to be good. So if you have a manager, you have to get in good with their manager. That's called the skip level. Your skip level is someone that you want to get in good with. Because if your manager is an a-hole, which a lot of them are, unfortunately, and they start like saying, "Oh, this person, Wayne didn't do this, Wayne didn't do that, he didn't do that on time." You could have when you have a relationship with their manager, you can start, speaking to them and saying, "This is the work assignment I'm doing. This is what I'm experiencing." So you got someone else to vouch for you. That's another thing. If I was smart, if I had this wisdom today, I would have been made relationships with my manager's manager. If you're in corporate right now, you need to make sure that you have a relationship with your supervisors higher up or your managers higher up. Because most of the time, these immediate supervisors, they're so intimidated by their subordinates, it's ridiculous. They get so intimidated by new talent. They'll be like, you know, they could be making double as much as you. They could be, um, anyway, don't get me started because I got stories, okay? Thank you, Mike, likewise. Do work ethics really matter? I think so. But I think just maintaining a professional demeanor is everything. And another thing is do not confuse your coworkers for your friends. I know that you guys have heard this before, but it's hard not to because if you have a corporate job and you're at that job 7, 8 hours a day, sometimes 10 hours a day, how do you not start mistaking the people that you spend 8 hours with for friends, right? I just and I'm such a friendly person. Like I like to befriend people. So I start getting comfortable, start telling them things, but it's almost like I don't know what that is, but it's like you really I don't know why people are this way, but it's like you tell them something or they start telling you a bunch of stuff, like super personal stuff, and then it's like they expect you to tell it back. But really they're just trying to use it against you. It's sick. It's just a really government or private, what's the best option? I can't really speak on that one. Government or private. I don't know. It depends. I've never worked for the government. It's the same. Either way, it's the same politics. So just tread lightly. Be smart. So anyway, I don't want to turn this into a work thing, but one thing I've noticed about myself is that I've been working corporate from since I graduated college all the way up until last year. And I felt like I was always rushing on somebody's clock. And so now that I'm on my own clock because I run my own business, I still feel the 8 years of corporate, like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I could just be driving to the store and I'm rushing. And I'm like, what the heck am I rushing for? I'm on nobody's clock. I'm on nobody's clock. Thank you, Levi. I'm on no one. You're on nobody's clock. I'm on nobody's clock. And so, how we're groomed to be in the workplace and people to keep you, like the management keeping you anxious and nervous because they're, instilling fear tactics so that you don't get concerned about, so that you get concerned about losing your job. Those are some tactics that are used, and so you have to just implement taking care of yourself and slowing down, taking your time. Yeah. As a matter of fact, if you're watching this right now, I want you to take a deep breath. When you inhale, hold it at the top for a few seconds, like 4 seconds. If you're alone, you can inhale like this, and then exhale with a sigh. That's a better one. Take care of yourself, y'all. Okay. As we grow up, we get accustomed to being on other people's time. When we were kids, going on family trips or doing activities with friends, we learn to not be in the moment. That's true. It's true. It's a grooming from early years. Like they were priming us for a 9 to 5, and since elementary school, right? They were priming us for a job from K through 12, being in a classroom setting or some type of building for 8 hours a day, being on somebody else's time. It's funny. At a very early age, I used to think this is stupid. I used to think this is stupid. I'd be in class like, what the hell are we doing right now? Like I would have these out of body existential moments where I would literally be thinking, what are we doing right now? And that's like a moment where the matrix is glitching. You're like, what are we doing? Has anybody else experienced that? That's kind of going to what Armani is saying, is that we're being accustomed to other people's time. And it's true, because as we're sitting in the classroom and you think, okay, so I'm learning all of these subjects, but what exactly am I learning and what exactly is it for? And why are we sitting in the class for so long? And why am I away from home for 8 hours a day? This is weird. This is weird. And I started feeling that way very early in life, and I used to tell my mom, like, this is I didn't know how to express it to my mom. Of course, you know, I ended up finishing high school and finishing college, and my mom wanted to make sure that mind you, I had no interest in going to college. Zero. I didn't have an interest in going to college. My mom wanted me to go to college, and I'm glad that she, had me go, because, I've got something to show for it. But that was not my plan, honestly. Truly was not my plan. So I had to kind of just follow the rules, as we all did and do. It's conditioning, sort of like being indoctrinated. It is it is conditioning. You're 100% right. A lot of what we think is our idea or the way we like think things are supposed to be, all of it is pretty much indoctrination. A lot of it. So the question is like what exactly is the natural way to live? Well, if you ask me, I know we're supposed to be in nature a way more than we are. I know that we're supposed to be eating off of the land, right? Eating off the land, meaning like planting and growing your own food. I know that much. And that's like one of my goals. And we shouldn't be inside of a building 8 hours a day. We need to smell or inhale the oxygen from the trees. We need to be grounded to the ground. We have to be. That's like what we're for. We are literally of the earth. So I did not mean to get this deep, y'all, but it just came out. It just jumped out. Yeah. So every once in a while, my lives will definitely get a little bit deeper. Um, I like shooting the breeze and chatting about like fun stuff too, but I really want really this community to be like-minded. We can have disagreements, but I want the community to be centered around the point of this channel, right? But still feel free to stick around and listen, and even if it's something you're hearing for the first time. Um, so I just wanted to put that little disclaimer out there because I will respond to comments, but if they're completely off topic, I'm going to start tailoring it back to like the focus of the live for that day. You know what I mean? All right, I'm going to go to Target. Do what makes you happy in life. 100%. And honestly, if being in a building 8 hours a day, if that makes people happy, then so be it. Some people love their jobs, and that's great. I think it's great if you love your job. Ugh. Even better if it's remote, in my opinion. That way you can be in nature and. But I have felt like that remote job, 100% remote can actually get kind of lonely for me. It depends on your personality. So I like a good hybrid setting, a hybrid situation where I'm only in the office twice a week. Twice is my max. I'm not going in more than twice a week because I need to at least hang out with my coworkers at least twice a week if I have them. So my coworkers are other entrepreneurs in this co-working space, and I come in here twice a week. The rest of the stuff I'm doing at my house, I'm doing it at the coffee shop, whatever. But I need to interact with people at least twice a week. Some people don't want to interact with people ever. And some people need to be in the office like 5 days a week. Everybody's got to find that balance. Hold on, y'all. this thing. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of just like my 2 cents for the day. I want to focus. I've had a lot of time to think about what I was talking about a moment ago because I wasn't working a corporate job for a whole year. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll probably get a job again. Because, starting a business is not easy. You have to, like, I have clients and stuff, but sometimes in business, you have to make it work. It's work to make it work. And so, in the meantime, I might get employed again. But I know for a fact I'm going to implement what I've learned over the years and not make the same mistakes that I did before. Again, because that's what wisdom has taught me. Ooh. So yeah. Also, I'm driving, so I will read any comments. When I get to my destination or red light. If I was so American, I might love you more. Thanks, Classico. I'm not going to do that, but I wish you the best of luck in that endeavor. Sounds like a great business idea. I hope you find the right clients. Yeah, so, oops, let me let this person go. Okay, she's not gonna go. La-di-da-di-da. I'm in the U.S. What's up, guys? You guys are quiet today. What is the tea? Why so quiet? You going to bed, Chica? It's only 5. Well, you're probably on the East Coast. Good to see you too, though. Glad you stopped in. It's only. What? 6:40? 8:40? You must have an early start. I heard you say you were looking for employment. Sorta, not really. Because I run my own business, but I said I would be, like, if I could get another job, but I am self-employed at the moment. When does it get too hot? Whenever my phone sits in the sun like that, it gets too hot, so I'm gonna move it. You guys just look at the bottom of my chin for a little bit. I go to my speaking club for, if I don't have a role, I usually just go for social purposes to interact with folks. And thank you. Make sure no one's coming. I had to. Oh, I didn't know I was gonna put my phone down. I had to. You know how people let you go? Like they're like, "Oh, go ahead, you can go," as they're like, you're trying to come out of a parking lot, and then they're waiting for you to go, and then you have to wait to make sure there's no cars coming from the other side. They call that the sucker hole. Okay, y'all. Oh, yes, ma'am. I saw this one out on your end and was confused. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's only 5:40, and it's daylight savings time, so the sun stays out longer, as you know. Anyway, y'all, I think I'm going to end it here. It wasn't going to be a long one, but I just want us to make sure that we're prioritizing our wellness. Take care of yourself, because you are your first priority. I didn't realize that this is like getting moldy like that. It wasn't like that before. That's concerning. So yeah, prioritize your wellness. Take care of yourself. Because if you don't, nobody else will. Oh. Enjoy the rest of your night as well. Thank you. Alright guys, I'm going to end it here. Like the video, subscribe, check out the content, see if this channel is your cup of tea. I'm your online spiritual and life coach. And I'll see you guys in the next live.